Hello our beloved viewers, it's 9 p.m. You are watching our live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. After Dakhil region, the head of the state went to Arta region. The National Conference on Public Finance Management, the Court of Auditors. And on the international scene, Sahel region, G5 Sahel meets the counters jihadists. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. After Dakhil, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, continues his tour in the Arta region. Authorities locate elected representative, customary chief, and resident mobilized to welcome the President of the Republic. A warm welcome commensurate with the importance he attached to the development of their region. He greeted at the length of a crowd of personalities and anonymous people who came to welcome him, sang, dances, and cheering a population who waited in the middle of the morning. The President of the Republic stated these tours is the opportunities to inquire about the living condition of the population living in the various districts of the interior region, and to see first-hand the progress of the development project undertaken in each of these regions. A new session of the requirement of proximity and contact that since he access to the Supreme Judiciary, President Guelleh has been constantly contained through his compatriot of Arta region.
تاني بحداك والرسي إلى لساك تصلفان إسي قداك يبلو إبا قداك السراك تاني بحداك والرسي إلى لساك تصلفان إسي قداك وفسها قارداك
The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, visited the various stands of a product presented by small and medium enterprises in the Arta region, a region that has been experiencing a major investment in recent years. The ultimate goals of this tribe is for the head of state to listen to the population of our interior region in order to have all particular and practical and judicious experience for the adoption of the possible reforming policies, presidential tour that offer a particularly valuable opportunity to carry out a critical assignment of major reforms, notably decentralization and the regional development pools undertaken for the benefit of our region of the interior, a clear sign of the frank and transparent nature this tour, which took place in the form of the direct exchanges outside of any intermediate hierarchy, made it possible to this kind of exchange. The President of the Republic held a meeting with civil society representatives to listen to them closely about the service condition in the region, and that the aim of the visit is to explore the condition of the population and respond to all what citizens demand. This tour also constitute a percentage for the President of the Republic to be briefed on the progress and achieve in all the entire region. The President of the Republic hopes that a good result from this meeting, which with these citizens, will enhance economic, social, and educational development in the country. That the aim of the dialogue in this meeting is to answer the question: is to the country of the right path toward development and achieving self-sufficiency. After that, the door of intervention was opened and questions were asked of the President of the Republic, which center around several sectors. The President of the Republic listened to the citizens who touch all the various problems that the region suffer from, which prevent the fulfillment of their hopes and aspirations. For his part, the President of the Republic pledged to address all the problems raised during this meeting. His Excellency the President of the Republic Ismail Omar Guelleh addressed in his speech the goals of his visit to Arta region. Let's listen to the head of state.
الحمد لله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الأمين سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. maanta waxaan dee aad idinku mahadnaqaynaa horta sida aad noo soo dhaweyseen. Ziyaarada iyaduna waa xiiso wax kale ma aha.
His Excellency the President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, addressed in his speech in which he welcomed the inhabitants of Arta region who came in such large numbers and thanked all of them to be present in this meeting. The President of the Republic said that this visit is the first of all a desire and the duty to meet the population in order to find out about the social situation and the purpose of the program and projects undertaken by the government. He added that his visit to the Arta region is an opportunity to explore the conditions of the population and their living conditions.
After the President of the Republic his speech and welcoming, the President of the Republic answered the question asked by one of the region's mother questions related to the region's issues. At the very beginning of the meeting between the President of the Republic and the representatives of the communities of Arta region, an old man, notables from the region of Arta, welcomed the head of state among his fellow citizens, followed by a words of welcoming from the representative of the mothers of the region, Miss Dahabo Gedi, who congratulated the head of state for the creation of Arta region. The representative of the mother of the region of Arta declared that we always remain mobilized to welcome you every time you came to our house in Arta. It is also an opportunity for all the citizens of Arta and for all of us, the President, to convey our grievance and requests we have at the same time needs as the mothers of other region, and we like to work in the activities of the road surface technicians and cleaning up to be able to generate income of our families. On the other hand, Ms. Dahabo Gedi asked the President of the Republic to regularize the administrative situation of mothers without identity papers or identity card. Ms. Dahabo also raised the annoyance of certain wasted garbage at the Arta hospital and asked the President to remedy this situation. in responding favorably and for the request of Ms. Dahabu, the representative of the mother of Arta region, the head of state ordered the service to concern its service to find any adequate and appropriate solution to the need to these inhabitants of and the hospital of Arta, which with the regard to the issues of garbage collection and road cleaning, which is sources of employment for women. The head of state responds favorably, indicating that it is depend first of all on the general context and the real needs for power, and on the employment position that meets the needs of our primary concern is to the government ourselves, and to proceed to the equitable distribution of all the country's wealth in order to satisfy the entire population.
hooyadu dee way kuwa waayeelay bay leedahay hadda xasuustaada odayada u garatayna way iska yar miicayaan de kolka waxaan ku leeyahay camalkaaga allaha saalax ka dhiga cibaadadaadana allaha taam ka dhiga cimrigaaga allaha noo raajiya jacaylo xoogaan kuu qabanaaye dee waxaan ku idhaha assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullah weligaaba na hor joog hay taladan hay baan ku leenahay
dumar yaraantii aan maqli jirno waxaa la odhan jiray dumarkani islaantaasi waa ragay baa la odhan jiray ragga isfaaninaya markaa maarka inay dadka kale ka caqli badan yihiin bay ismoodayeen kolka haddi maxaa ku garanaysaabuu mid yidho kolka ay odayadu baanayaan ayay yaro dul martaa baa la yidhi war wax may sidan yidhaahdiin bay yaro tiraada taladii ay la werwareegayeen ay kari la'aayeen kelimadeedaabaa alaabta oo dhan u furaysay marka soo dhoweyn qalbiga ka soo go'dayna waan qaatay kalgacalka aad noo qabtaan baan annaguna idin ka badan idin qabaan shakhsiyan xaaladda dadkeennu ku jiro waa laga fiican yahay waana laga daran yahay labadaba waa laga fiican yahay oo dee dad ilaahay yacni dhulka u barakeeyey oo in badan betrool iyo balaayo la soo siiyey iyo macdano badan loo helay iyo wax inkaasa way jiraan annagu se dee caqli iyo xarfad iyo tale ilaahay un baan ku soconnaa haddana wixii ilaahayna siiyana lama meermeerne waddanka dalka un baan u keennaa uno caruurta iyo odayada iyo haweenkaba sidii aan isku gaadhsiin lahayn un baan ka shaqaynaa haddii dee xoogaa gabaabsi aad nagu aragtaan ama aad nagu aragtaan in aanan gaadhsiinin dadkii oo dhan raalli baad ahaanaysaa wayn soo gaadhaysaa oradii dakhtarkan joogtay waxa ay dakhtarka ugu samayn waayeen aalad ama makiinad waxa aad sheegayso ka safeeyo oo ka gubo oo aanan waxba ayna ka muuqanin way jiraan wayna keenayaan haddii alla yidhaho xabad baa i hadhow waxa weeyaan vuariigi wey taasina abshir baan leh inta tirada garan maayo tirada garani maayo oo waxay ku xidhan tahay magaalada yacni shaqadeeda sida aad wax u daadisaan bay yay ku xidhan tahay tirada dadka magaalada dadka degan bay ku xidhan tahay hadhowna weecana waan u dhaadhicinaynaa de waa de waa mataano maaha labadaas waan kolleyba hadalkeedu uu joogay imika waa israacayno marka anade waxbaan leeyahay magaalada beera magaalada bilicdeedu maanta intaa ay magaalooyinka kale oo dhan kaga qurux badan tahay waa labadaa dariiq ay geeduhu ka baxeen ay geedaha raggii ka horreeyey ninkan raggii ka horreeyey ay sameeyeen isaguna inuu intaa iyo in ka badan beero oo quruxdii oo dhan waxay ka muuqataa waxa weeyaan dhirta.
The second part of a question deal with the issues in combating unemployment. During the dialogue question and session with the head of state, which continued throughout the day, several topics relating to the unemployment and employment on the other duties were discussed. Mr. Abdullah Usman, a representative of the youth, said that the achievement of the development project in Arta region were numerous, among them the Damirjo cattle sports and many others, stressing that they were the result of our government's major effort to provide the region with economic development pools which will generate large numbers of jobs by asking that employment be reserved only for the native of Arta region. In reply to this question, the President of the Republic noted that the movement of goods and person had no borders within the same country, since this is prescribed by the President of the Republic in your capacity as an entrepreneur. It is up to you to make sure that these criteria are respected according to your reason. Work from your region employment in Djibouti city or elsewhere should not be so, which you will cause a great project to the inhabitants of your region, which is not feasible. Our deepest wishes is that all the citizens can have a decent job in their own region.
maanta maar barnaamijka guuday waxaan timinay warka lahayd koolay oo tarbiyadii qadra sameeyay horta iska daa taasiba anagu de maaragtay alxamdulillah waxaan iska haysanaa laakiin sa koolaygi iyo ma daragtay baalkii muxuu ahaa iyo de ufriyagi ma timisiyaan iska jira xilliga ma daragtay oo markii qadra qof reeji witay la soo siinayo ya waxa weyn koolaygi oo maaragtay iyo maaragtay Soomaal ku shaqaysanayay kii diblomaadka ku shaqaysanayay waxa la sameeyaa kii tarbiiska reeji witay ya dadkiisa soo kaxsanay xaq ka shaqaynayaan kuwa kale xaq bas fadhiyaan
entrepreneursyaasha wadanka iyaad ka mid tahay Soomaa adigu ilaaliyo kolka aad qandaraas qaadato nin reer carta ama gabadh reer carta ama ina qaadin qof kale shaqaalaantu wadanka oo dhan way haysataa haddii marka aan kiciyo inta carta iyo hareerahayga ilamaan dhaadhaca hoose qiiqle haddaan kiciyo doctorkayga way inta shaqa uu furay inta uu hayo oo reer cartaaduna oo dadkani imanin wixii niivooga ay joogaan ama heerka ay joogaan cilmiga iyo aqoonta magaalada Djibouti haddii waxaan odhanaynaa wixii reer cartaada ka saara magaalada xagga geey buurta ya sida haddaan sameynana maxaad u malayn waa lagu ayaa golka ma noqonayso ya oo qiimaha ay ku leeyihiin iyo meesha ay ku leeyihiin dadka carta iyo weecaad ay magaalada Djibouti ee caasimadda ah ay ku leeyihiin iyo qiimaha ay ku leeyihiin iyo hawsha ay hayaan iyo intaas oo dhan haddaan imika tira koob sameyno inaga uma macaashka xagga macaashka inaga uma lahaanaya ogow taasna waan jecelnahay inuu nin waliba reerkiisii dhexdiisa uu ku helo wax uu ku noolaado annagaa jecel wayna imanaysaa insha allahu tacaala badan iyo alaabtana waan ka shaqaynaynaa inaan la kala doortay oo meeshii noqoni weyday baa laygu yidhi lacagtii way iska taallaa
raxmad ilaahay dhufmo wal gaadho waan ku yar eegnaa oo leenahay madaxweynuhu hawsha u wadaa baan ku haynaa waa wadaa inta hadhan waxaan rabnaa insha allahu tacaala inaan u dhamaystirti waanu joognaa xaggii baan joognaa ninkii hadlay baa iska hadlay waxa weeyaan anaku shoomeer waan leenahay shaqaale waan leenahay ragga shoomeeritu nagu badiyiin ininkii igu horeeyay baa uu sheegay lejeune diplômé isola siba waxa weeyaan anigu si gaar ah anu shakhsi kama hadlaye hawsha waa wadaa excellence monsieur le président ilaahay kuu garab galo raggan xukuumaddaadana dee way wadaanoo laakiin khayl moonku waa oo fond depuis ceelka guntooda umana dhaadhacaan adiga in laguma soo gaaro eekiina ma rabo maaragtay anugu maanta nasiib baan yeeshay inaan xagga maaragtay kala hadlo waxa weeyaan hawsha waa wadaado anigu gurub joognaa oon ilaa.
In the same context, the President of the Republic held a family meeting with the notables in the territory in the presence of members of the government accompanying him and a number of senior local officials. The President, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, had a meeting on the sidelines with the wise men and locals of different sectors of Arta region, namely the Arta chief of town, the Karta sector, and finally the Merjuk and Umar Jaga personalities. The President of the Republic and the wise men exchanges directly and without intermediary on the situation and the problems of development in the various localities of Arta region. Still concerning the visit of the President of the Republic this morning and the Arta, after his meeting with the all representative of communities living in the region of Arta, the President of the Republic and the wise men exchanges directly and without intermediary on the situation and problems of development in the various locality of Arta region. In the framework of our news report that we present to you today, we have prepared for you a magazine that highlighted the advancement infrastructure that the city of Arta continue to follow. Let's watch this report.
The Artas region, due to the fertility of the soil and its climate in general, remains favorable for agriculture, weather, and high altitude in the Artas Wea sector, and at extreme east in the Merjog agricultural perimeter are often encountered. These are vegetable garden and market garden operated by farmers who firmly believe in the potential of the land, as the main difficulties remains the availability of sufficient water. These gardens were confined to small areas and not cultivated in large areas, but this void has just been filled by the Friendship Dam project located in Langobale, not far from the city of Arta. This project, initiated by the President of the Republic, meets several objectives, including mitigating the adverse effect on flooding in some areas of the capital, but also they retain rainwaters to develop agropastoralism. These hydraulic structures with a maximum capacity of 14 million cubic meters of water broke record during the last floods with a peak of 10 million cubic waters. This is an enormous amount of water available until today, which according to the concept of the President should be used among other things for the development of agropastoralism. Thus, the Ministry of Agriculture, in partnership with the Ministry of Budget, has launched an important agricultural project called hydroponics. This modern agricultural method, which will be implemented near the dam, favor waters rather than soil tillage. Thanks to this method, the agricultural perimeters will not be affected by climate change. More production also with less labor and energy. In addition to this hydroponics project, the Ministry of Agriculture plans to distribute plots of land of the two banks of the dam to national and foreign investors with the means and capacity to promote viable agricultural projects. This really so will give a new impulse to the working of the land and hence to agricultural production.
Under the leadership of the Minister of Justice and Plenipotentiary Affairs responsible for human rights, Mr. Ali Hassan Badon, the Court of Auditors, to organize today at the People's Palace a national symposium conference on the management of public finance. This conference organized by the Court of Auditors saw the participation of the Minister of Women and Family, Ms. Mumina Ahmed Hassan, the Minister of Health, Mr. Muhammad Warsama, and the communication in charge of post and telecommunication, Radwan Abdullahi Badon, the Attorney General, Jama Suleiman, and this conference is part of awareness raising and promotion of accountability. The debates were direct toward an analysis of legal tasks from the angles of responsible which flows from them. Finally, they gave rise to useful recommendation in a perspective of a positive change. In a speech to him on this occasion, the Minister of Justice and the President and the authorities in charge of human rights, Mr. Ali Hassan Badon, expressed in his happiness to participate in this national conference on public financial management organized by the Account Court. The Minister praised the effort of the authorities and employees of the court and the accounts auditors to upgrade the financial management and its supervisory activities in this file. He said, I also commend the World Bank's impressive cooperation with the state's institution in general and the accounts courts in particular to carry out its work to the fullest. The World Bank also supports the effort of a government department in the area of public financial management. The Djiboutian Energy Management Agency, known as ADMA, in close collaboration with the Ministry of Energy and the Chamber of Commerce, held a workshop yesterday. Indeed, the workshop to raise awareness on the labeling and reducing the reduction in the consumption of the ADMI is a group to launch a large awareness program on the consumption of household electrical energy, which is non-negligible. Hence, the labeling, which pre-indicates volunteer and volumes of energy contribute to the most energy efficient devices, led by expert regional director of Electrotechnical Commission, attended by the Secretary General of the Chamber of Commerce, the Secretary General for the Ministry of Energy, and the Director of the IMD, Saeed Umar. The Republic of Djibouti plans to turn the green energy by 2035. The Djiboutian Energy Management Agency encouraged the population to integrate this thematic of labeling in order to stay within the minimum standards in their equipment. As part of its capacity building program for association, the Djiboutian Social Development Agency, known as IDDS, organized this Wednesday, February 26, in the Layable, a workshop to validate micro project for association under the Integrated Development Project targeting neighborhoods. In the presence of the Director General of IDDS, Mr. Mahdi Muhammad Jama, and the Director of Social Development, Mr. Diriye Farah, Director of Social Development, the President of the Municipality of Balbala, and at the end of this session, the Validations Committee select 19 projects, 17 of which were validated by the Validations Committee of the Coming of Balbala. Thus, the project aims to improve the living condition of the inhabitants of Layabli and Muscater in terms of safety and functionality of the public spaces by enhancing their urban and proving essential service to the population of these private owned neighborhoods. The Faculty of Energy Engineering of the University of Djibouti hosted the closing ceremony and the Graduates Award for the benefit of surface technicians from Harmonic Company in charge of maintenance and management of the green spaces of public institutions such as hospital, the courthouses, and the University of Djibouti. Technical training sessions were organized for 3 days and 3 weeks of the University of Djibouti in Balbala training modules provided by 2 German experts and the 2 were known for these expertises. Moving on to the international scenes, a leader meeting from G5 Sahel Summit on the Thursday affirmed the need for a comprehensive extension of effort to combat the spread of jihadism and violence in the sub-region. For details in this report.
Leaders meeting for a G5 Sahel Summit in Nouakchott on Tuesday affirmed the need for a comprehensive intensification of efforts to combat the spread of jihadism and violence in the sub-region. The Sahel requires more than ever increased and coordinated attention from the states of the region and the international community to stem the spiral of violence, said Mauritanian Head of State Mohamed Ould Sheikh Al Ghazouani during the summit where his country received from Burkina Faso the rotating presidency of the G5 Sahel.
This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.